Shut up, Jess.
All right, hello, good evening, wherever you are. Maybe it's morning, maybe it's afternoon. My name is Dave Warnicky, and you're listening to the Do Go On podcast. I'm one of the people that will be talking to you for the next little bit, and I'm going to be joined by...
Oh, you're gonna be talking.
I'm not just the voiceover man.
Okay, great.
Even though that would be a cool job.
A voiceover man on a podcast? Yeah, cool job, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I've got 6-figure paychecks coming in weekly. Matt, hello. Matt Stewart, I was trying to say hello to you.
Hi, I'm also, just for the listener, I'm also going to be one of the people talking.
But not just the intro.
No, I mean, in general, sure, but also on this podcast.
Great, and there's going to be a third voice. I don't want to freak people out. I know some people only like duos, but
It is good to give
I've never really thought
people-
about this, but we are a trio.
We are a trio, and I am Jess Perkins. I am the back announcer.
Cool.
I will
very good.
back announce all the songs.
You're also the backup dancer.
We have songs on this podcast, right?
And dancers.
Yeah, we do. We edit them out, but we'll keep the back announcing in this time if you like.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. You can edit out the songs, but...
You can back announce our Indian curry.
If you edit out the song, it's just you. That was the Bee Gees.
yeah, that was the joke I was going to play through the whole podcast, and now you've kind of ruined it. So thanks, Dave.
No, I'll edit that out. Future Matt, edit out Dave fucking up Jess's sweet joke again.
That was the Bee Gees. That's quite funny. Thank you. You'll have to edit that out too, but for you too. The trio. Anyway, I guess we'll just start talking again here. How are you, back announcer and I guess front announcer?
Front announcer,
Back
yeah.
to front. Together we are a
Yeah.
whole announcer.
We're one announcer.
Yeah. We're a
And
package deal.
I'd call you a mid announcer, Dave.
Just a mid. It's full of mids.
You're a little mid. I'm well. I'm very well.
You're a little mid. You're just a
Hashtag little mid. There we go.
No.
First hashtag out of the gate.
Thank you very much. You are well, Jess.
I am well, thank you. And you?
I am a mid.
You're hungry. You're waiting for our Indian food to arrive.
I cannot wait. Kofta. Have you had one of those, listener? I hadn't before a couple of months ago, and now it's changed my life. So
Wow.
there's a little tip. Matt,
Yeah, I've had kofta before.
we were going to be sharing it.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
God, we paint such an adorable image to our listeners.
I know.
Like, we're all hanging out,
Hanging
sharing
out.
some Indian food. Oh, exotic. I'm really hyped up. I'm sorry. I had sugar in the car on the way
Oh,
here.
great. What kind of sugar?
I had a donut, and then I remembered there were cool mints in my
Ooh.
my
Nighttime
center console.
doughy.
Nighttime doughy.
All right. That is... Oh, now I want... Is it too late to change?
From a kofta to a doughy.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yep. I think
Oh
it is.
man, imagine if you could get donuts delivered though. Imagine if you could just get anything delivered. God, I'd be obese. No, really, I think
I don't want to tell you about some new developments in delivery.
There definitely is some people that will deliver anything.
anything,
Yeah.
anything,
Yeah.
anything though.
Anything.
But like, okay, they've got to be able to get it, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good
That's
point.
the thing.
Yeah.
So it would be difficult to get donuts sometimes.
No.
No.
Because
I had to go to
7-Eleven
I know,
have
but
a
I had
contract with Krispy Kreme.
Yes, but Matt, this is revealing too much about how bad I was feeling tonight. I went to one 7-Eleven to get donuts. I didn't have any. I went to a different 7-Eleven.
no.
I should have taken it as a sign to not get a donut,
Yeah.
but
You
I
got-
went to a different 7-Eleven because I was so desperate.
But the thing is, Jess, you jogged there
Yep.
with those armband weight things. So you definitely
And I was
earned
carrying a large man
and carrying a large man.
and towing a truck.
One large man, equivalent of 2 Dave Warnickies.
That's right. I
Maybe 3, actually.
Yeah, probably 3 would be a large
I
man.
ordered a side of one large man from this Indian restaurant, so looking forward to
The
that.
side of one large man.
Yeah,
Oh,
Interesting.
delicious.
it's the best part.
Anyway, enough about food.
Enough about that. It's time to do a goddamn report, and that is you this week, Matt, reporting on something to Jess and I.
Yes.
Is it food-based?
That was the Shins with new slang. You're on Do Go On Pod. Do Go On Pod. That was a like a jingle button I pressed.
Okay.
All right.
It's
All
contagious, that,
radio voice.
commercial radio voice.
Do Go On Pod.
Do you just combine the
Go
word
on.
commercial and professional?
I
to
think so, yes.
Commercial radio.
Commercial. You're on commercial radio. Question is, what was the most visited website in the United States in June 2006, surpassing even Google?
June 2006.
That feels specific, but...
I feel like
I think that maybe...
Pornhub.
was not Pornhub.
Was it MySpace was having a great time?
It was MySpace.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, you're in my top 8 friends today, Dave.
Oh my goodness! I
So
thought
is Jess.
I threw MySpace out there. My backup guess is going to be YouTube because I knew that was
Yeah.
taking off about the same time. But MySpace was the number one ranked.
Yeah, number 1 with a
Is
bullet.
this according to
in
the
US.
Alexa rankings?
Not the Alexa, is according to Com something.
Com
Comsec.
something.
Tom Petrovsky. No, that wouldn't be right. I'm just saying words that I remember.
Wow.
Fair enough.
This one comes in from Twitter user and listener Hayden Bevis.
Cool. All right. For a second, I was thinking of the movie, but that was about Facebook.
The social network.
Right.
I feel like I was
No, that
I was
would've
about to say, and you know what? It's great when I say I was about to say this dumb thing, and I'm going to tell you exactly that dumb
You
thing
know
I was
how-
about to say.
You know how sometimes rival movie production companies have similar things, like 2 Steve Jobs movies, or
Sure.
there's like there's
Ants
Ants
A
and
Bug's
Bugs
Life.
Life. I was thinking that like someone rolled the dice on the MySpace movie and just lost heavily, and we just haven't heard of it.
I'd watch it. Well, in this one,
Tom, what happened to Tom?
you'd have someone playing Justin Timberlake rather than
Oh.
Justin Timberlake playing
Oh.
someone.
Very good.
Oh, Sizzle. Hello.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Would they get Sean Parker, who he played in The Social Network, to play him in the
Perhaps.
MySpace movie?
That's too much.
No, too much, Dave.
Too much,
Stand
Dave.
down.
Sorry.
Stand down, Dave.
Why is he standing on his chair?
Get off your chair, mate.
No,
Somebody's had sugar.
I'm going to stand on 2 chairs for balance. If nothing else.
Okay, here is my report on MySpace.
So we did all have MySpace. Just want to establish that.
Oh, yeah, big
You're
time.
big
Yes,
on MySpace?
I had
Okay,
it.
we were all familiar with the platform.
Um,
But I don't know the history at all and why that became the first big one. Or maybe it even wasn't. Matt, over to you.
so
If
it's,
only there was a way we could find out.
Well, I guess we'll have to go to bed.
No.
all right, not everybody.
No. Oh, yeah, we live here now as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We all share a really big bed.
But mine's a bunk bed. I'm slightly higher than all of you.
All right, mate.
Yeah, he
Fucking
really got angry when we said he couldn't have the top bunk, and we gave in.
We always
We
do.
created quite a scene.
In our bedroom.
And I was trying to rest.
Yeah. Jess has got homework to do, Dave. In August 2003, so it was only, not that many years before they went huge, a group of employees at the company eUniverse, which later became Intermix Media, had accounts on the social media site Friendster. You heard of Friendster?
Oh, it vaguely rings a bell, but I don't remember it at all.
That was, I guess, if you're going to talk about what the first big one was, Friendster was pretty big, but wasn't as big as MySpace became. Yeah, there was quite a group of them from eUniverse who were on Friendster, and they really liked some elements of it, like some of the social elements of it, and
Rather than the media elements.
yeah, they hated it. They thought the media was no good.
But the social.
Oh.
If only there was a way we could interact in person, the way we do on social media. Anyway,
Anyway, back to my computer.
So they decided to take the elements that they liked and create their own social networking site. And they had it ready to go within 10 days.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mad dogs.
And I say a few people or quite a few people?
Well, there was a couple of key.
sorry, Dave. What's the distinction there? Like, where do you draw the line from a few to quite a few? What's the number?
I would say a few is like 3 or 4.
Uh-huh.
Quite a few. You're talking 17 plus.
Okay, what about that gap in between?
Doesn't exist. It's one or the other. Everyone knows that.
3 or 4.
Clearly, you've never.
I like it's also 3 or 4
3 or 4
or 17.
plus. You've never started a startup, have you?
I've not.
I am the entrepreneur here.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I've
Yes.
started 18 social networks, which is quite a few.
Yeah,
That
and,
is quite a
and
few.
none of them have done well. Maybe you had too many or too few people.
Well,
Maybe you needed 8 people.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Nice compromise, Dave.
Okay, here we go. Hang on, Matt. What if Matt had a small startup of 4 people?
Yeah.
I also had a small startup of 4 people, and then we joined them.
You're going to jail for tax fraud.
Wow.
Yeah. It is
Okay.
illegal in every country.
Well,
Okay,
we
wow,
did. We
shit.
definitely didn't do that then.
No, we definitely didn't do that.
Phew.
The key players in the project were Brad Greenspan. He was the founder of eUniverse.
That is a great name.
There was also Chris DeWolf,
Ah.
who became MySpace's first CEO, and a guy called Tom Anderson,
Oh.
Tom!
who was the first president and also everyone's first default friend. MySpace Tom.
Tom from
I
MySpace.
wonder what he's up to. And you know what? His photo wasn't even that good.
No, is that weird sort of over the shoulder?
Yeah, it's not a good photo.
The white
You
t-shirt.
should look.
But he also never updated it.
He's about 45 now and quite a handsome man.
Hello, looking him up.
Is he?
I love a silver fox.
Yeah.
I like an older man.
And he now travels the world.
Do you reckon he has a Facebook account? That'd be funny.
I think he does. And I think
Yeah,
it's
he
called
does,
Tom
yeah.
from MySpace. Is
And
that what it's called? Yeah.
it's quite popular. It's got quite a few followers.
Awesome.
But he just goes around the world now.
He's
taking
not
photos.
attractive.
Oh, isn't he? No, I saw a
Well,
good
Matt
photo.
has different taste to Jess. We're discovering that live.
Ew, he looks like he's in a boy band.
Let me see him.
He looks like Pete
I'll be the
Wentz.
judge here.
Oh.
One likes him, one doesn't like him.
Wait, isn't Pete Wentz attractive?
Oh, yeah, Pete Wentz is better than Tom Anderson.
He looks like he could be alright, but he is wearing some sort of wig that's been super
Yeah,
glued to
his
his
hair's
head.
no good.
I think that photo's out of date. He doesn't look 45 there.
He needs to be more of a silver fox. I love that if you Google image him live, ladies and gentlemen, you can join in on the fun. About the 15th image down is Bill Gates, so
Not bad, not bad.
pretty good. Pretty good.
All right, I stand corrected.
so the
He's-
top
is
three,
it-
we've
is
got-
it- He's dog ugly.
We've
No
got
wonder he had that shitty photo. No, he didn't want people getting in too close to his
no
ugly
resolution.
face.
So we've got Brad Greenspan, Krista Wolf,
Yeah,
future prez,
which is
CEO, and
translates to Chris the Wolf.
oh,
Oh,
I believe. I'm speculating there.
De Wolf, you say?
I'm the Wolf. That's what he used to say when he came into the office.
they as soon as they were like, he's got to be the CEO.
Yeah,
Yeah, this guy. He's got De Wolf power.
yeah. And he called his employees the Wolf Pack.
And then he made them all howl.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was when things started
And
to
chug a beer.
unravel
Yeah.
for MySpace. Initially, MySpace users were just eUniverse employees.
And is that's quite a few, I imagine.
Yeah, that was quite a big company. And they held in-house competitions to see who could sign up the most users, knowing that the site's success hinged on having high uptake.
Oh.
Hey, wow, that sounds like they're working for free.
Yeah,
They convince you, hey guys, it's a really fun game if you promote something that's going to make
Give
me
you a chocolate.
several $100 million.
Yeah.
eUniverse had the advantage of 20 million users and email subscribers, which helped give MySpace a sweet jumpstart.
Yeah, damn.
It's heaps.
It would have been nice to have that, when we started this podcast.
Yeah, if we could have just had 20 million listeners to start, it would have saved us the last 30 weeks of work.
And now we'd be up to 50 million instead of only 30 million listeners.
Yeah, imagine. I mean, that 20 could have even, maybe you could extrapolate from that to more than just
So
20 million.
100 million we'd have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Easily. Oh, well.
But
And that's on the bad episodes.
not to be.
Which ones are the bad ones?
Well,
This one.
no, I'm very actually
Why were you looking at this episode when you said that, Dave?
panicked.
Get down from your bunk bed.
You'll like it up here. I love that I'm standing on a chair and on a bunk bed in this episode.
Yeah, we got really high ceilings.
We do, yeah. Anyway, at first they didn't know what to name the site until a friend of DeWolf reminded him that he had a year earlier bought the URL myspace.com, which he was going to use as a web hosting company or like a data storage company or something like that.
Oh, wow. So they just said, The Wolf. Remember you bought
Yeah,
that?
remember you got this thing? Oh,
That's
yeah,
so cool.
Well, that works. That'll work for this. And to me, it's like by far the best name for one of these.
Better than
things.
Facebook.
Facebook's like the. What is that?
What does that mean?
So, it
Facebook.
just sounds like an idiot thought of it. It sounds
It's very basic, isn't it?
Facebook.
so dumb.
You know what? I've just accepted it as a word, but now that I think about it, Facebook.
It's so bad.
Facebook.
There's a word.
Facebook. We're all saying it.
Facebook. 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 Facebook.
MySpace.
Facebook. Ooh.
It's got a ring.
Yeah, but it seems
feels
it
more
makes
personal.
sense as well. It's like, this is my space.
This is Myspace.
Keep some of my stuff, like my faces and my books.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hang on. So
Subcategories.
the popularity of MySpace grew really quickly, especially amongst teens and young adults. And in 2004, speaking of our man Zuckerberg and his Facebook, did he come up with it?
I don't know.
Zuckerberg. Maybe he can type away some code, but naming things, I don't think so. He's got a dog, right? And he's called his dog Stick Dog.
He also has a child. What did he name his child?
Yeah, man. You know, you just read his biography. What's his child called?
His child's called Cumflower.
I love the idea that
his first child.
first thing he says is what it names it. They're like, oh, you know, we could rename it. Nah, my rule is first thing I say, that's what it's called.
Dick dog.
Stick dog.
Cumflower. Cumflower's quite pretty. Quite pretty for a girl,
His wife is so annoyed. Oh no.
but rich, so she's okay with it. Oh, she's made a little judgment on a person I don't know very quickly there. I know what.
I named a child Cumflower. I think you're okay.
I'm just basing it on myself. If my partner was a multi-billionaire, I'd be happy for them to call our child Cumflower or whatever
Really?
the fuck they like. Sure. Am I getting billions of dollars? Am I going to work tomorrow? Call my kid whatever the fuck you like. Call it fuckhead if you like.
That's the deal.
I'm cool with it. That's the deal. Do I go to work tomorrow? No? All right,
Fuckhead,
fuckhead, you
dinner's
come with me. Time for school, fuckhead.
Ah.
It's growing on me.
You know what? I didn't think I wanted kids, but time for school, fuckhead, is probably one of my favourite sentences ever. Brush your teeth, fuckhead.
All right, mate.
Fuckhead.
Come on. Oh, fuckhead.
Never get this from Stick Dog.
Oh, Stick Dog is an idiot.
Come flower. Go feed stick dog. Dad. Don't call me that. You know I'm called Sandal Man.
Come, Lord. In 2004, a year after the founding of MySpace, Mark Zuckerberg founded his own social media platform.
Called Space My.
That would definitely exist, wouldn't it? Someone would have registered that when it was very popular.
Definitely.
Spacemine.com.
Or MySpace, but spelt with an I. Myspace.
Miss Space, you
MySpace.
Miss Space is space.
Okay, well, that got racist.
All right.
That was my impression of an Englishman. I'm just not very good at impressions. We've established that on the show.
Do you, Sean Connery?
Missspace.com.
That's not bad. I think you've improved on that.
Yeah.
I've been practicing.
It was actually called Facebook.
Oh, I've
Right,
heard
so
of it.
a year later.
Yeah, a year later, and about a year after Facebook began, DeWolf held talks with Zuckerberg. I normally say Zuckerberg, but Zuckerberg feels nicer.
Okay.
What's the real way?
I don't know.
I'm fairly sure it's Zucker.
All right. So he held talks with Zuckerberg about buying Facebook,
Just ignore it. Yep.
but DeWolf...
About buying. DeWolf
yeah.
was going to buy him out.
Yeah, they chatted. They chatted about it, but DeWolf balked at Zuckerberg's $75 million asking price.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
It's amazing that
'Cause
he's that confident.
Wasn't he? He was very young, wasn't he?
Yeah, like 20 years old at this time.
Zuckerberg, yeah.
And
yeah.
how old were the other guys? The MySpace dudes. Were they quite young as well? Or were they a
So
bit older?
DeWolf is now in his 50s.
Okay.
So what's this? So yeah, he was a fair bit older. He would have been early 40s.
Yeah, sure. I just find that really interesting because I was hoping they were also young, and then I could imagine like young people trying to hold a business meeting. I find that very funny.
Well-
Like if somebody was like, Jess, you and I need to have a business chat. I'd like, do I wear a tie? I don't know business.
I've seen you play business people, Jess. Very convincingly.
I look like a child at a wedding.
What's
like I look like a baby in a tuxedo.
I would pay to
Let's
see
talk numbers.
So out of
you
place.
look someone in the eyes and seriously ask for $75 million.
Yeah. Imagine.
I want $75 million. would just laugh. I would laugh. It
It would have been
obscene.
it would have been an obscene amount at the time, but
But now it's an incredible
incredible
What
steal.
a
But it
cocky
wouldn't have
little
become.
shit.
MySpace were going to just take it and be like, shut you down. We're cool.
He had
Yeah.
he was so aware of how big it was going to be?
I guess he just was
Or
aware
he was
of
just
all
being a cocky
competitors around.
shithead?
Oh, Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think he was he was a pretty confident. Probably remains that way. And it turns out,
I mean, he was right.
yeah. So what's the
Wow.
difference between arrogance and confidence? Is
I
if you
don't know.
can back it up, it's confidence. Is that right?
I don't know.
I think the difference between arrogance
have
and
neither.
confidence, someone once explained to me, and I agreed, was that you like confident people.
Right.
It's the same thing, just arrogant people, you just don't like it.
Yeah, it's something about attitude.
Anyway, so yeah, Facebook. I don't know what ended up of them, but he didn't buy it. Probably just fizzled out.
No deal.
I
I would definitely be bringing the no deal from Deal or No Deal to my business meetings.
Yeah, don't you have to?
Yeah, I think
I
that's-
assume so. Business, no deal.
no deal.
You drink a lot of lattes?
hold up the arms, big
Talk about
cross.
revenue,
Yeah.
capital gains.
Yep.
Uh,
I'd often be asking if we could talk numbers.
Let's talk numbers.
oh,
You just
very
you just
good.
keep saying that. It's like,
Shit, that's great. I didn't think of that one. That's a good one.
hi guys, do you want any coffees to start? Let's talk numbers. 1 coffee
3 sugars.
for me. 3 sugars in 2 or 3 minutes time.
Yep.
To this table, number 16.
And I want to double cup it, please, because I've got very
Delicate
very
hands.
delicate hands. In July 2005, so MySpace is going quite well, and in July 2005, they've attracted News Corp, who
Oh.
get keen. They want to buy it, and they
Are
end up,
they, would you say, hashtag keen for peen?
yeah, they're keen for mypeen.com, which they couldn't get, but they settled for MySpace. And they purchased it for $580 million US.
Wow, and what year is this? 2005.
2005.
$580 million.
Yep.
And just, a year or two before, he'd asked for 75.
No, that's Facebook asked for that. Mark
Oh.
Zuckerberg. This
Yeah.
is MySpace.
This is
yeah.
MySpace.
Wow.
You just can't tell the difference between the words.
No,
can
I
you?
know I wasn't listening.
So that's News Corp.
News Corp. So that's
Rupert Murdoch's
Yeah, it's
big
Well,
media
mine says
empire.
$580 million.
580 million. And their plan was they were thinking they were going to be able to use it for advertising. Get the kids and then advertise all their evil products, Fox and all that stuff.
So, and are Brad, Chris, and Tom still involved after that? Or have they just sold and gone, thank you very much, we're now very
They
rich?
decided, at least I'm not sure about Brad, but Tom and the Wolfman both stayed on in their roles.
Oh, okay,
Ah.
cool. So that's very cool.
Yeah, so they got cash. They both became multi-millionaires. Because it wasn't entirely their thing to sell.
Yeah, sure.
Because
I
it was
imagine
still an e-universe product, but they'd bought equity in it.
And do they have like big investors when they were starting out as well? You know, most of these people, it's like,
Yeah, angel investors or something.
yeah, like, early on, I'll give you, $10 million as like seed capital, I believe they call it, to
Yeah,
start up.
seed.
And then
You guys
Just
have
spreading
so
the
many
seed.
good business terms.
let's talk numbers.
Fuck, that's great.
How many seeds?
In exchange for, like, I'll give you that much money, but like when you get big, I want 10% of everything. That
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine checking your bank balance and you're a multi-millionaire.
I've thought about that.
What's the first thing you do? And not like
Just look at the number.
not
It
a
would
mistake.
just be insane. I once heard, and I don't know if this is true at all, but it's a great story, so let's say it anyway, that when Oasis, because they became the English band,
They
sold a lot.
became an English band.
They became an English band,
Wow.
which was, some would say, a stroke of master stroke, if you will. No, when they sold lots
I
and
won't.
they became huge straight away. They became the biggest band in all of the UK and then were for a long time. But straight away, but then it took a while for the money to trickle through, and then one day one of the main Gallagher brothers checks their bank account and it's like £4 million is suddenly in there. Like, and they've grown up very working class
Yeah.
all their lives, and suddenly it's like, oh fuck.
That is remarkable.
For me, it's just bags of cocaine. That's what I'd be doing. Bags and bags.
You're doing bags.
Bags and bags of cocaine. If I'm Noel Gallagher,
By
I
the
imagine
bag.
that's probably what he...
Coke by the bag.
By the bag. One bag, please. Backpack.
I
Yeah, mate, you're still at the bank.
60
One bag of Coke, please.
Sure, if you're going to ask somewhere for Coke, I reckon a bank is a pretty good
So,
spot.
You've just made me announce your bank balance at the entire bank. Was that not enough? Can you please just leave? One bag of Coke and I'll leave.
All right. We'll go to the manager's office.
All right, come
There's
on.
got to be some Coke there.
But tell me how many millions in pounds that is. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'll have 1 million pounds of cocaine. No, I reckon what I'd actually do would be book a flight somewhere and just fucking go.
My mum
somewhere.
always says if they win the lottery, like let's say they win like 75 mil, she always uses 75. I just want 1 million.
She could have bought
$1 million.
Myspace in 2004.
She could have. But Mum's always like, if you ever get a text message from me that's like, meet at the airport in an hour, we've won the lottery. Like she's just gonna message my brother, his wife, me, come on at the airport, and then we're all going on a holiday for like a couple of weeks, and then we figure it out when we get back.
That's awesome.
I love that.
I love it too. Can you deal me in?
Yeah, you can.
Thank
If
you.
I ever send you a message, conversely, saying meet me at the airport in 1 hour, assume that something horrible has happened.
Likewise.
Yeah, I need to get out quick.
Yeah, and for some reason we have to go with
Yeah,
you.
that's right. Please bring bags of cash.
Burn
and
the
Coke.
tapes.
You bring the cash.
Yeah.
No. Okay, Dave brings the tapes. Matt, cash. Jess, Coke.
Okay,
Right.
They're
good.
not going to ask me at the
Yeah.
airport for security. Look how adorable I
Yeah.
am.
We're flying to South America.
Okay, so yeah, now Rupert owns MySpace.
Rupert.
This cool online
Rupert sounds
company.
like a cool name.
bought out by
By one of the most evil,
oldest,
very old.
stiff-collared.
We're talking about
Conservative.
Rupert Withers, my old neighbour.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, you didn't realise he was involved in all
I
this.
didn't. You know what? He was very humble. You'd never know. He was still out there watering his garden on Saturday morning. Morning, Jess. Good luck at basketball. He's a really nice guy. He'd always ask how basketball went. Then he'd throw me a bag of cocaine.
He does sound like a nice guy,
Yeah.
down to earth.
He was cool. Yeah.
Secretly owned MySpace that whole time.
Grounded. Very grounded.
On August the 9th, 2006, in the Netherlands, the 100 millionth account was created on MySpace.
So Rupert's bought in, but it's still getting bigger.
It's still blowing up. He jumped on at a pretty good time.
Yeah, wow. So 100 million people in 2006.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, any time before he got on would have been a better time, but when he got on was before it really peaked.
And say in 2006, would you guys have been on by then?
I reckon it was probably 2007.
Yeah.
2006, we were in year 10.
Yeah, I think 2007 I probably signed up.
That was
so
probably about, yeah.
Rupert,
2007.
I had no idea that I was on Rupert's network that whole time.
I signed up to Facebook in 06, and I was already on MySpace. So I think I was maybe on MySpace.
Wait, you have Facebook on 06? I was in Facebook on about, I think, end of 07 or 08. Definitely through, maybe 07 actually, yeah, shit. So maybe 2006 was MySpace.
Yeah, I think because I was definitely MySpace first.
Actually, no, you're right. Definitely was MySpace in 2006. Because that's when I met some of my my current friends, and I met them through MySpace.
Top 8.
Top 8.
Oh, we're going to hear more about that. I'd like to hear
Yeah,
how you met
that's
people through
interesting.
MySpace. But
That's cool.
so
That was kind of the point of MySpace in a lot of ways. I think connecting people with similar interests and stuff. Google, did you know Google had also tried to start their own social media network in 2004?
early on, no, what was it called?
Can we guess?
Is it
Oh,
bad?
you will not guess.
It's not called like Google Friend or something.
It's not a pretty name, but it's called
Blah, 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 blah.
Orkut. Orkut.
I was close.
Orkut.
Yeah.
I find it very funny that right now we think that, to me, that sounds so bad. But if that had taken off and
Yeah, it would
Facebook
just
hadn't,
be-
I'd be like, oh yeah, Orkut. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
just
Orkut you
message me
later.
on Orkut, yeah.
Yeah, Orkut.
It was named after the Google employee who created it, whose name was Orkut Biokoten,
Orkut.
with three umlauts, no less. I can never say umlaut. Umlaut? Umlaut. 3 umlauts in his surname. What a mad dog.
So many umlauts.
Despite being very popular in Brazil, Orkut proved to be
Is
a
Orkut
failure.
like a Portuguese name? Is that why they're all, because they know what it means? They're like, yeah, cool, Orkut. And we're all like, what is that?
Yeah, it means good time. Good time.
Yeah, like maybe it means
.com.
hang out in Portuguese. It means hang out in
Good
Portuguese or
time.
something.
Means hang out. If
No,
only
it
someone
doesn't
had,
mean that. It's just the guy's name.
Yeah, his name is Hangout Umlaut.
but that's what you think would equal success for a website?
Yeah,
It-
That's why we're not.
hangout.com.
If
we're not-
only someone had thought of hangout.com,
That's why we're not internet tycoons. Hangout.com has to be a thing, right?
What about Fun Hangout?
I'm on it.
Oh, now
Now.
I'm interested.
Okay, which
My
one am I
ears have pricked
Googling
up.
first?
Look up hangout.com for me.
Hangout.com.
Hey, I'm about to mention pedophilia. Can you get onto that later?
Do you want me to Google pedophilia? Is that what
No,
you're saying?
Oh,
don't
please
do that.
don't.
Hangout.com is definitely a thing.
Is it for pedophiles?
It's for nearby nightclubs and bars. That's fine.
That makes sense. All right, Matt, so please
Now what
go
about
on with your...
No, one more fun hangout.
Whoa.
There's gonna be a penis on this one. Access denied. Interesting.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It doesn't exist.
Been blocked by the FBI.
All right, Matt, do go on.
So, despite being really popular in Brazil, Orkut proved to be a failure for Google. Eventually, they dissolved it in 2014, but not before quite a bit of controversy. At one point, 90% of pedophilia complaints in Brazil came from Google's Orkut.
Oh my God. 90%.
Yeah, so there's just like a lot of like grooming, I guess.
Oh.
Or like
Oh,
That is awful.
90%.
That would really hurt Orkut, the real one, the umlaut, Orkut umlaut.
Oh, imagine creating something
Your
like
name,
that.
and then it
Oh.
becomes like a bloody pedophile hangout.
well, don't name
.com.
it after yourself. To be fair. Oh, there she goes. She turns.
Yeah.
Nah, good job, everybody. Good job.
Due to Google's failure with their own social media network, they led the Open Social Alliance, which was made to promote a common set of standards for software developers to write programs for social networks.
We
So-
have a shit one. Now make it like ours.
Here are our common set of standards for pedophilia.
Number 2, name it after the creator. Dave. Everyone, just
Hi,
Dave.
welcome to Dave.
Just Dave me.
In
Oh, I'll Dave you, baby.
Ooh.
In November 2007, MySpace and Bebo signed up for this alliance, joining existing members Friendster, High5, LinkedIn, Plaxo, Ning, and Six Apart.
LinkedIn's been around that long?
What is
Yeah,
Six
LinkedIn's
Apart?
oldish. Six Apart was from even before Friendster, and I didn't look into it, but I imagine it would be something based on the 6 degrees of separation.
Oh,
that
okay,
would
that makes
make
sense. Yeah, it
well,
does.
that's very
That-
clever, Matt.
That was my guess.
That's a good guess.
Facebook remained independent; they didn't join up.
Facebook are like the bad boys of social
Yeah,
media.
they don't...
Sort
I'd
of,
say
but kind of MySpace MySpace was sort of seen as being a bit. It was part of their undoing was that they were seen as being a bit of ended up being seen as a bit of an unsavory place. By late 2007, MySpace was the leading social networking site and consistently beat out Facebook in traffic. Yeah, and then Facebook, as it started, when it started out, it was just for uni students, so it didn't really make a dent in MySpace's popularity.
I remember thinking Facebook was super boring when I first got it. Because I still had a MySpace, but MySpace was kind of on its way out. But with MySpace, because you could customize it a lot.
Yeah, that's right.
And you could have like a song that played, so then like you'd choose a song that reflected or
How
that
you-
made you look cool,
How
really.
you were feeling that
Song,
time.
you could have a background.
Yeah.
It's just-
I always
and
had
your
like
mood.
I liked a black and white cityscape
Ooh,
background.
Oh.
And then I'd have like my about me would be like, oh, I'm so artistic. If I met 18-year-old me now, I would punch that bitch in the face.
Oh, that's feels
That's really unfair. She's
full on.
she means well.
I just remember the first time I used to have like your profile, and then it would say last login, and it would say when you last logged in,
Yeah.
like when that person had last
Yeah.
logged in. Man, I'd love to go on mine now and see when the last login was.
Yeah, but then it's kind of like when you're on Facebook Messenger now and you can see when they were active, like active
Right.
54 minutes ago, or if they've seen your message or not, and then you're like, why haven't they replied? You were active 4 hours ago, but I messaged you 5 hours ago. You've seen my message. Why haven't you replied to me?
Get back to me, MySpace Tom.
Do you not like me? Oh my god. I've been weird by sending you a message and you haven't replied. Oh my god. You think I'm weird? Oh, they replied. Okay, everything's fine.
We've all been there.
I'm there every day.
Oh, they've replied. What have they said? Oh, leave me alone, Jess. Oh, okay.
Okay, every day.
Every day.
God, it's almost like they're copy and pasting that response these days. Weird.
Now it just says, thank you for contacting.
Do you think the way it was so customizable is like it made it kind of look a bit messy?
Definitely.
And maybe that was.
but I think that at the time, 10 years ago,
Jesus.
stuff didn't look. Obviously, every 10
Messiness was
years,
in.
every 10 years, technology looks slicker. So you look back 10 years and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, like if you watch any sporting game from the year 2000,
Sporting game.
Like, I was just going to say,
For
like, if you see
instance?
like a classic AFL or cricket match or something, it's in standard definition. It looks terrible. The graphics that come over the top saying the score look bad. But whatever you're used to now in 10 years will look that
Yeah.
same way.
Yeah,
and I
it's
think
true.
that maybe MySpace didn't keep up with the slickness that Facebook and stuff started having.
Yeah, and I think it was also an age thing because it was really fun at the time. I used to spend hours picking a new background.
Yeah,
And you'd
it
like
was
find
cool.
the websites where you could download the background, you copy the link into your and it was so complicated. Do you remember that? You had to like copy the link
Oh yeah, like
into your body
there
of
was
the
coding.
There's
to be done,
coding.
Yeah.
Really? I don't remember
Yeah.
that. That's cool.
you had to like copy the coding into your
Like # BBB, and it's like, oh, that's one line of black or something like that.
You're right. And that's how and if you wanted to put in something in your bio that was like bold or bigger, or you had to do that
Yeah.
yourself.
There wasn't
That's
like,
kinda
you don't
cool.
just highlight and hit bold. Yeah, you had to actually
That's right. I've only just remembered that then.
put stuff either side, which is fun. But now, I'm 25. I don't have time for that. That sounds boring now.
I'm 25. I don't have time to bold shit.
Yeah. Look, that's what he's holding his briefcase. And he's,
This is a business meeting, is it not?
Let's talk numbers. That was "Let's Talk Numbers" by The Clash.
wow.
Wow, I've never
Geez,
heard that
really,
Clash song.
they got corporate, didn't they? Their later years.
You're on. Do go on. Hey, Matt. Do go on.
Thank you, Jess. Uh,
Today.
at its at its peak in 2007, MySpace was valued at $12 billion.
With a B.
With a B.
12 billion.
And what year was that, sorry?
2007.
Do pay
Wow.
attention.
So we've reached the peak.
And they've bought, so Rupert's bought in 2005 for $500 million, and now it's worth 12.
Yeah. So that would if he was playing Beat the Bomb on one of those commercial radio
Oh,
stations,
yeah, you want to pull out now.
now would be a good time. He did not pull out now.
Oh, dear.
That's how you get a cum flower.
I don't know if-
Jessica.
do you think Rupert still create a cum flower?
Yep.
I mean, we're talking 10 years ago, so maybe.
Yeah, when he was only
I
90.
mean, it was only 102. Alexa, who you mentioned before, which I hadn't heard of before. So how do you know about Alexa?
They just rank the websites on how popular they are, like the top 1,000, I think it is.
Yeah.
Like Google, usually in most countries, some countries not, but it's the number one Alexa ranked, which means it's just the most visited that month.
Right. Well, according to Alexa, on April 19th, 2008, Facebook overtook MySpace in their rankings. And since then, MySpace has pretty much continually
So
lost
and they
ground.
never got that spot. It wasn't like
Yeah.
jostling. It was like,
No.
no, we're now. We're
Yeah,
number one.
there was no jostle. And you look at the graphs, and Facebook is just like climbing a mountain, and MySpace is sort of just
Plateauing. Softly.
plateauing. Well, like a negative. What would you call a negative plateau?
Well, just,
An oxymoron, but what else would you call it? You know, that sort of just a long, slow decline.
My career. No, everything's going great, guys.
A former MySpace executive suggested that a $900 million 3-year advertising deal with Google was a key mistake.
oh, so I don't know. What's that deal?
That deal was that they would display ads on MySpace, actually more ads than they already were, and it was already a little bit overcrowded. I don't really remember the ads. You guys remember ads
On MySpace.
on MySpace?
Maybe on the homepage when you log in, but that's about it.
Yeah, you're right. But I don't really remember them being on the actual pages themselves.
Apparently they just made it quite an overcrowded space. Maybe it was after we'd all jumped off. I think I'd already switched over.
I
by
do
then.
vaguely remember, yeah. But
So one of the effects of this extra advertising was that it made the site a lot slower and more difficult to use. So, DeWolf, our man DeWolf, has
The Wolf! Oh!
he has since said that the site was monetized without considering user experience, and this was driven by the parent company's sales team. So
So Rupert.
Rupert's boys, yeah, they were just pushing it.
They're all about that
Going,
sweet, sweet cash.
Let's monetize it. Forget like why we have this product in the first place. Is it because it was something that people like to use?
And DeWolf, is he still CEO though?
At that stage, he was, yes.
Yeah.
So he was trying as hard as he could to stop it, but Rupert's a big, powerful man, or whatever. Another issue was that MySpace made all their apps in-house. At the same time, Facebook was allowing outside developers, which I guess isn't necessarily a problem, but
Oh, it's like handmade apps.
handmade.
That's nice.
DeWolf is still.
I think people
making
appreciate that.
Not
that
DeWolf
touch now.
himself, but his people. Like they had, quite.
No, him himself.
They had a few thousand employees.
Everything. Yeah, imagine that at the peak they have.
But
lots of
the problem was that they tried to do too many things and they didn't. Their quality control wasn't so good.
Like my career. I could hear your insides.
That was like
just
the
there.
inside of your face. I could hear. Something like that. Can't wait to hear that back.
You
on the
know,
tape.
you're allowed to laugh. It's like you were stifling a laugh.
I will not laugh.
Never. You will not break me with your jokes about your career.
Their former MySpace's. That's a weird way to say it. Right?
MySpaces?
MySpace's former head of marketing and content, his name is Sean Gold, he said that, this is a quote, "We went with a lot of products that were shallow and not the best products in the world. These included instant messaging, classifieds, a video player, a music player, a virtual karaoke machine, which
I remember that.
apparently Tom and DeWolf used to just spend all their nights on just browsing through or MySpace, different pages and stuff. And they found someone had posted this karaoke clip, and it was like you could. It sounds like such an easy thing now, but apparently it was exciting at the time. You'd sing a song karaoke style on this app, and then upload it to your page. Tom saw this. Tom Anderson saw it. Or was it DeWolf? One of them saw it, and they were like, "Oh, I like this." I think it was Tom. He used to be in a band. He used to sing in a band called Swank or something like that. And he was like, "Yeah, I like this a lot." And anyway, he called up.
That was karaoke by Swank.
He figured he found out who had made it, and he flew them over to LA, and
What?
and bought the app off them. Yeah.
Right then and there. So
Right then and there.
had they done
And then
it
they
as an
brought-
app, or have they just done a video of them doing karaoke and suddenly they're in LA? They're like, what is happening?
Well, no, it was an app. It was already a developed app, and so they bought it and integrated it into the MySpace thing.
Wow, that's
Wow.
really cool.
There's also a self-serving advertising platform. All those profile editing tools you're talking about.
Jesus. so
Security
many.
systems,
So
privacy filters, book lists.
But they're doing it all in-house, is that what you're saying?
They were
And
doing
that's
them
probably
all
a problem.
in-house,
They're
and
doing
it ended up
on the cheap.
Yeah, and they just didn't spend enough time developing them properly. So they
So
ended
got
up
like
having a lot of
shit
bugs,
video and stuff.
and
yeah.
they'd just be a bit shitty, all slowing the site down further and just making it a more annoying experience for users. While Facebook has got this clean thing going on, it's fast, and
Yeah.
you've got heaps of people from the outside developing it. It's like opening up to the free market sort of thing. It's like MySpace was communist China, and
Wow.
is that no? That might be wrong.
No, I thought I was really waiting.
Dave's given me the don't say mousy dong. He's just signal, and
Remember
that
how
signal's
hard we
very
laughed at-
specific.
Remember how hard we laughed at Mousy Dong?
Mousy dong. Yeah, his hair,
Mousy
the colour has just faded. He used to be
Oh no.
a beautiful amber dong, but
With age,
with age,
Amber turns to Mousy.
sad
And-
story.
But Dong stays Dong.
Dong does stay
Dog stay
dong.
strong.
Hashtag Dog stay strong. I remember one of the songs I had on my MySpace page. I remember a song that I
Oh.
had.
Back announce it.
It was Hunting Whales by The Czechs. You're on DGO.
The checks.
Do go on.
Do go
The
on.
Czechs, they supported Jet. I went and saw Jet. This is when I was in a band too, so I was kind of into rock music.
Swank?
Or I wouldn't even call it rock, pop rock. I went and saw Jet, and I think they were a UK band called the Czechs. And I had one of their songs because it made me feel like I was so in with like the indie underground music. Like you don't even know.
Wow.
You'd never heard of them, but I had them on my MySpace page.
Yeah, wow.
That is very cool.
Thank you.
I know, I'm still impressed.
17-year-old Jess was so much cooler than 25-year-old Jess. Mousy dong.
I'm leaving that in out of context. In 2006, Connecticut Attorney General Richard Blumenthal.
So many fucking good names. Blumenthal?
Blumenthal?
Blumenthal.
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 Blumenthal. In 2006, Connecticut Attorney General Richard Blumenthal launched an investigation into children's exposure to pornography on MySpace.
Oh no.
This resulted in a lot of negative media attention.
Oh, it's like Plunk all over again, whatever that one was, the Brazilian one.
Yeah, Orkut.
Orkut.
Plunk?
Plunk.
The fuck
Is his
did you
last
pull
name
that from?
Plunk? Orkut Plunk?
No.
Oh my god.
Where did you get plunk from?
Uh,
So I'm going to call you plunk from now on.
Sounds like an IKEA couch.
Wow.
Plunk yourself down there.
where? Onto the Plunk? Oh, that makes sense.
Oh,
No, not there. Unfortunately, MySpace were unable to fix the problem particularly well, and they really struggled to create a decent spam filter. Do you know, I think I vaguely remember just more and more bullshit, and it just got more and more clogged with bots and
I think bullshit's the correct technical term.
Well,
bullshit.
They did try and change. They did try and change a lot of things
Yes.
towards the end. So there'd be instead of. I remember the way you instantly message people changed a few times in like.
I don't remember instant messages. Oh, yeah, no, there was like a messaging.
So for a
messaging
while
thing
there, you do a status, and then you started messaging, and I don't know.
Yeah. You could write. It was like Facebook where you could write on each other's walls, but there was also private messages, wasn't there?
Yeah.
But I don't remember them being instant because I was still using MSN at the time. Fuck, I love MSN.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's a whole
MSN.
episode.
Around this time, their members were starting to flow across to alternative networks like Twitter and Facebook. Facebook obviously started very strong with the uni students, the college students in America, but they proved to be much more successful than MySpace at attracting older users as well.
Maybe it's because it wasn't so wanky and colourful. It was just clean and...
Yeah, and...
Which at the time was boring to me.
Right.
I was like, ugh, this looks like shit.
Because, Facebook's never been that popular with kids as much, I don't think. Not like...
Well, what alternative do they have now?
Apparently, I was talking to someone recently, and apparently, like, the teenagers sort of groups are more into... I mean, this is based on anecdotal sort of stuff,
that's
but Snapchat
Yeah.
and like these Instagram, I think maybe. But certainly Snapchat is very popular.
So a lot
with younger
less...
people.
There's a lot less content. Well, it's just pictures then.
Yeah.
They're really focused on the pictures. Interesting.
Yeah, I find that interesting as well.
I prefer Facebook over all the others. Facebook and Instagram are my two favourites.
And they're both the same. They're the same company, right? Facebook bought Instagram, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For I think $1 billion.
Far out. Brussels sprout. In your gout.
But if you're gonna try, if you're gonna
With
trust,
a trout.
all right,
All right, mate.
No, hang on. There's got to be... I got another one.
Lout could be in there.
Get them all out. Spout, bout,
Fla-
about.
Don't
Get them all out.
Don't flout.
Mate, if we take them all, she'll stop.
Yeah, I'm done.
Grout. Have you said grout?
No.
Cool.
Sorry, Matt.
Yeah. So the Facebook's taken all the users.
Mm-hmm.
They're all going across. In 2009,
Oh, by then it's all over for MySpace, surely.
Tom Anderson and Chris DeWolf leave the company.
Leave the country. What
And
were you
the
going to
country.
say? They
leave
fled the country.
They fled. They were out. And they also, the company also laid off 600 employees, which is a huge chunk of.
Damn.
It was about, I think it was over 30% of their staff. In an effort to halt the slide, the site underwent drastic redesigns, but it's now thought that those backfired as people don't like change.
Yeah, for sure.
And not like constant change. So the people that were hanging around started going, oh, I mean, I liked it. The people who stayed did like it, but so even them, they sort of fucked off. But they also try to reposition themselves as a social entertainment website rather than a social networking site.
Is that when they started to focus a lot more on like music?
Yeah, music
Yeah.
and movies,
Yeah, that was strange, wasn't it?
celebrities and stuff. The CEO, Mike Jones, said at the time that this meant that Facebook was no longer a rival and that MySpace was now complementary to Facebook. So you could get like a MySpace app on Facebook, I think, so you could use them both together. And they were just really trying to go like, no, they're not beating us.
Yeah, no, we're
Facebook
part
aren't
of them.
beating us. We're not even against them.
Nah, we
Yeah,
don't even mind. Hey, Facebook's fun.
Hey, we nearly bought them in the early days.
We could have.
We chose not to.
We could have.
Shit. What have we done? They're not making a movie about us.
No, they're not, Tom. No, they're fucking not.
Man, he
Tom's
takes a good
left.
photo though. You gotta look at some of his photos. Very nice.
Oh, the photos he takes.
He
yeah,
takes,
but
not of him.
Of himself.
No, the one. That's what he's very
They're
attractive
behind
from
the
behind
camera.
the camera.
Great. Like my career.
It's behind the camera, not in front.
I'm going to go into directing.
In March.
Porn, mostly.
All right.
Less. Do less. Put clothes on. Go home. Go home. Finish your education. That's a wrap, everybody. We're done.
I think my porn director's more of a life coach.
In March 2011, ComScore. That was that thing I was trying to say before. Not Tom Bystrovsky. In March 2011, ComScore released figures suggesting that MySpace had lost 10 million users in the first 2 months of 2011. 10 million.
Oh
In
no.
2
In
months.
2 months. That's approximately 5 million a month.
And it
That's over 1 million a week.
lost a bit.
That's a lot.
So that was probably the peak drop. They'd lost about 30 million in the 12 months prior.
Wow.
So it really picked up, and that's just like a crazy drop. So 12 months prior to that, they had about 95 million. I think I've seen so many different figures, but I think they were peaking at over 100 million users.
Right.
So their peak has never been anything like what Facebook ended up getting to, which was way more than that. Specifically way more. Due to these numbers, advertisers that had remained with them were becoming increasingly reluctant to sign on. So they were just struggling to make anything happen by this stage, which is crazy because no one knew they still existed. Like, it's 2011.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's funny that anyone was still
It's
thinking
funny
there were
that-
decisions to be made.
It's funny that they still had 10 million people to lose that
Yeah,
month.
that's right. I just thought I just thought it disappeared, but it's, there were people who were stuck fat, as they say.
I'm looking at MySpace now.
Oh, it is. I just looked at it this afternoon. Very different.
Very different. What
I
is
mean,
this?
it gets sold 2 more times before.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yep.
But we're getting towards the end. In late Feb 2011, News Corp put the site up for sale, and their reserve price was $100 million.
Oh, what? So they've had it. They've bought it for 580 million.
Yeah.
Got it up to 12 billion worth,
Yeah.
and then sold it for 100 million.
I didn't say sold it.
Oh, they asked for that.
So that was their reserve price.
Oh no.
It's estimated.
Those poor millionaires.
Yes.
No, that
Don't you feel bad for
them.
Rupert?
Rupert Murdoch is really struggling.
Its estimated value at the time was between 50 and 200 million.
Right, and they were like, just give us 100. We'll
Yeah,
be
100.
happy.
Anything over 100, we'll take it. Losses from the last quarter of 2010 were $156 million.
In 1 quarter.
1 quarter,
Oh,
which was more than double that of the previous year. The deadline for bids was set at May 31st, 2011,
Oh, we missed it.
and they
shit.
they did not receive any bids.
Oh, they asked for 100 million. No one wanted it at all.
In June 2011, a couple of months later, June, a month later,
Ruknama.
June 2011, it was announced that MySpace had been bought by Specific Media, and the sale figure has
Are
been...
they called specific media?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I thought you meant just a specific media.
That's
Yeah.
$25.
35 million.
Close. There was a 5 in
Isn't
there.
it
So-
funny to be in a place where 35 million is just an embarrassing small number?
I know. It is embarrassingly small.
I just
though.
want
But it
1
is, it's
million.
such a crazy loss.
Just 1 million is all I want. I'd buy a house outright. never have a mortgage. Set for life.
What a dream.
Could go on a holiday as well.
I'd have so much money for rent. I wouldn't miss a rent
Oh, yeah,
payment
good
ever.
point.
You wouldn't
Not to buy a house.
You
No,
wouldn't.
I would.
You wouldn't buy.
It's still rent. But you could rent a really nice place.
You'd rent anything. I'm going to rent here for a year and then there for a year. You're going to buy a house like a chump.
That's a great point, actually.
It
I-
is.
Or
You
I
buy
buy
the house and
a
then rent
house I
somewhere
can move.
Oh, moving house. A caravan.
Caravan. Buying a caravan.
Got it.
That's the billionaire's dream.
Gonna be a real fancy one. I'm gonna tow a spa bath at the back of it.
So, Specific Media was also partnered with a man called Justin Timberlake, Jozzy T. So, he was a part owner.
Oh.
In 2012, JT tweeted a link to announce a redesigned MySpace, which was referred to as the new MySpace.
Oh.
It's like new Coke. Very...
Those bags of Coke we were buying earlier.
Yeah, new Coke.
Guys, I got some new Coke.
Oh.
That old stuff getting a bit stale
Throw it in the bin.
because we've got so much of it.
Early in 2013, the new MySpace had its sort of like a soft launch, and it showed that it's featuring now.
Like my career. Soft launch into porn.
Yeah, that's not a good way to do it.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you want a hard launch into porn, if anything.
So now the site featured written editorial content.
Great. So now they're like, we'll be a blog.
Yeah, it's a little blog with radio stations and videos and stuff.
Oh, I hope that karaoke thing's still there.
There was a music player, so you could stream music from the bottom of the page.
So they're trying to do everything now.
Yeah.
Sort of. I mean, they're streamlining it a bit, but
The new MySpace was everything.
I think
yeah,
that was their
kinda.
problem towards the end. Like, they're just having too much. They're trying to just have everything.
That launch, they were obviously trying to create a bit of buzz that day, but unfortunately the unveiling was overshadowed by Facebook's announcement on the same day that they were launching a graph search function.
Imagine Justin Timberlake's like, well, I'm pretty sure I'll be getting the New York Times and I know what'll be on page 1. Graph function. What the fuck?
Oh, I hadn't even considered how fucked that is.
So like, who's ever used a graph on Facebook, let alone wanted to search one? But that is
Can
more
you still do graphs on Facebook? I didn't even know.
That feels so much like the episode of The Simpsons where Homer's like, all right, finally, it's my chance. I'm going to be Employee of the Month. And it goes to the carbon rod.
Carbon rod.
Ah.
Oh, they're about to show a close up of the rod. Oh
The
no!
graph search function.
That's
Oh,
so
hail the graph search.
You'd be so pissed off. Like, who the fuck uses the graph search function? Zuckerberg's just like, I made it up.
It's not even a thing.
Fuck
Made it
you,
up. We don't even have
MySpace.
graphs. We still made the page 1.
That's so
Oh,
great.
man.
That's great.
Justin Timberlake got pipped by a graph search function.
Yeah, you'd think he would have had some pull. The official launch of the new MySpace occurred in June 2013 and included the launch of a corresponding mobile app, which provided users access to streaming radio stations curated by artists, and also you could create your own radio station and stuff. It sort of almost sounds like an early Spotify, right?
Yeah, or Apple Music
Yeah, it
even
does,
now.
yeah. But what I'm thinking is, where the fuck's the graph search function?
Yeah.
So like something, it sounds like they did have some good ideas. They just weren't able to.
Yes, but
You have to be the...
could I search for a pie graph at any time I wanted to?
I don't think so.
So then fuck off,
Yeah.
MySpace.
So if this idea was represented by a pie chart, it would be red, and red equals
No,
shit.
yeah.
100% shit.
Yeah. See, like, know your audience, you know? Cater to my chart needs.
Okay. No,
You
that's
cunts.
fair. That is-
Whoa. Is that the second time ever we've...
yeah, drop the cunt bomb. I mean the C bomb.
Third time
Third
ever.
time.
Third
All right.
time. And of course it was inspired by a graph function, or
Yeah.
lack thereof.
Jeez, I mean, there's some graph function really gets people passionate.
Oh, yeah.
As part of the discontinuation of the classic MySpace and the launch of the new platform, the user content from the old MySpace was deleted. Did you know that?
It's gone.
Yeah, it's
So even if I
Apparently.
logged in now, it's gone.
apparently, yeah.
So my photos and stuff are gone?
yeah.
Oh, that would have been like a
Yes.
cool time capsule.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
MySpace received a lot of flack from users about this. So much that they locked the discussion thread because it just couldn't handle it. This is a bit sad. Complaints on the thread described the loss of poems. Could have been your mate Bonnie, if she was on there.
Oh, yeah. Bonnie
I just
Parker.
remember that I wrote on Josh Thomas's wall at like 16 or 17, and his show was called Please Like Me, and I wrote Please Marry Me, and he said okay, and I was like, it's okay, you don't have to. Like, I was just kidding, and he
Sorry.
said no,
No,
a
you're locked
promise
in.
is a promise. We're getting married. Josh Thomas said that to me, and now
So
I
you
can't
guys are
prove that.
engaged. Oh, that sucks. But
That would have held up in court too.
as well as poems, there are also personal notes and proposals.
That's a
Pho-
little section.
photos of dead friends.
Yeah, that would be.
Intimate.
That's a weird thing to upload, isn't it?
But you should
Photo
still.
of your dead friend.
If you've uploaded them, you probably have those photos still anyway, though, right?
I hope so. but
yeah,
not
like if you took
necessarily.
a photo of your dead
on,
friend.
on your
Of it
on your
dead.
flip
Is that
phone.
what you mean?
That's what I was. That was my joke.
I thought-
Did you get that, Matt?
I didn't.
It sounded a bit like, oh shit, Matt's died.
Straight to Facebook.
Straight-
It was taught. Dave was basically saying corpses
Corpses.
on the. Yeah,
I get it now.
I'm still not sure if she gets it.
I'm very slow.
Look, Jess, if I had a graph search function, I could explain it, but I just don't.
Yeah, thanks MySpace, you dickheads.
This still sounds like a pretty impressive number to me. But apparently, in October 2013, MySpace said it had 36 million users. There's still quite a
October
few people.
2013.
Yeah. So we're
Wow.
hanging on to people still. And I've seen numbers since then that might have grown a little bit, but it's just it depends on how you count and stuff. But anyway, did you know, like I don't remember seeing this in the news, in Feb, just a couple of months ago, 2016, it was announced that MySpace had been sold again. This time it was bought by Time Inc.
Oh, wow.
You know, like that's
What?
a huge company. Apparently, a couple of months ago, I'm not sure how much they paid for it, but I'm imagining not a heap.
Let's guess.
$3.50.
Steep.
But they are talking it up. This is from Variety.com. Time Inc., whose media properties include People, Sports Illustrated, InStyle, and Time magazines, seem to think it can do better with MySpace than News Corp did. In a release announcing the purchase, Time Inc. said it plans to use the company's assets to target online ads, link usage on devices with People, and convert ad spending to actual sales. This acquisition is game-changing for us, said Time Inc. Chairman and CEO John Ripp. Marketers...
John Rip.
Every name has
Let
been
her
great.
rip
This
I
episode's
hope
been
he yells that.
amazing names.
all the time. Like before he does anything.
You've been ripped.
Let her rip. And then he farts.
Of course.
Oh,
Which-
of course.
What top 50 CEO doesn't?
Anyway, Joe Ripp said marketers are selecting media partners that have either data-driven capabilities or premium content. We will be able to deliver both in a single platform and will stand apart from those that offer just one or the other.
What?
So he's feeling confident.
So what are the two things again?
Just let it die, guys.
What is
Let
it?
it die.
Data-driven capabilities or premium content. So the premium content, I guess, is the music and the editorial pieces and all that sort of stuff.
Mm.
And they've got a huge catalogue of music signed up. At different points, they started a record label. And
Yeah, I remember there was some...
because I mean, their whole thing was supposedly, bringing the music industry to
Was
the
it,
people.
remember Tila Tequila? Remember
Yeah,
I think
she
was
got
a
it-
MySpace artist.
Yes.
And they had her own reality show and things like that.
Yeah.
I did not remember that.
She was
person.
huge on MySpace, like had millions of friends.
I didn't know that, but and that's where she launched herself from that. I read about that researching this report, but I was wondering why she was a thing. But that makes sense. Good social media.
Yeah, huge on that. I think her songs were awful.
Right. Anyway, so I mean, right now, there's still some hope for MySpace.
Let it die.
It is crazy they just keep throwing money at it because I feel like the only way that these things can succeed is if they offer something that the others can't.
Yeah, so give us a little bit of that money. We offer what others can't.
Yeah. Our social network
Can't
is
or
great.
won't.
We've got 3 people in our social network.
That's all you need.
It's more than MySpace, possibly.
It's a network.
Top 3.
Top 3.
Mike Jones, the former head of MySpace, was interviewed by Business Insider and asked the question, why was Facebook able to dominate social media despite coming after the wildly successful MySpace? And according to him, it was simple. This is what he said. The real problem was that the world had been trained by MySpace that social networking was interesting, but the actual product had been perfected by Facebook.
That's a clever point.
I think
Yeah.
that's a great point.
He also said that Facebook's killer feature was that it replicated the real world by forcing people to use their real names, whereas MySpace users use pseudonyms and handles and stuff. So he thinks that, it was making it like this is...
Oh, did
the
you? Was it
MySpace-
not your name?
Yeah, I reckon I used my name on MySpace, but I think you didn't have to.
I might have used nicknames or...
And I think on Facebook, they're pretty strict on that. When MySpace started, the concept of giving your real name or your identity or photos to a website was considered risky.
Yeah, I reckon you're a bit more cautious with that kind of stuff because you're like, oh, where's
what's
this
the
really
internet?
going?
Yeah, that's right. And now we've just become so...
Yeah, now it's like,
desensitized.
yeah, awesome. Oh,
So he was saying MySpace began the process of convincing people to move past that fear, and Facebook ended the discussion.
yeah, Facebook was waiting at the finish line
Yeah, sort of.
with a checkbook.
So
being
they were
like,
kind of
yeah,
doing some of the work for them, desensitizing people to that sort of stuff. Once people had become accustomed to that idea, though, says Jones, people realized that the software needed to do social media correctly was Facebook, not MySpace. The training of the world to use social networking led to the growth of Facebook, which led to the demise of MySpace, he said.
Yeah, I'd say it's... Well, I think that's a really interesting point.
Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it?
I think that's
it was
probably quite accurate.
without MySpace, maybe Facebook wouldn't have
Yeah, I don't think so.
been what it was.
Yep.
But MySpace, I mean, they just had to make a lot of different decisions. I think
A lot of
Rupert
different
Murdoch
decisions.
tweeted after selling it something like, when he was asked what went wrong, he said, "We basically did everything wrong with
Really?
MySpace." Yeah.
Wow.
They did a lot of stuff and just made a lot.
I suppose it's pretty unknown territory at the time, so
Yes.
you don't really know what is going to work and what isn't.
And their business was, newspapers and TV channels.
Yeah, like
so
old
media, and they were coming into.
The start of new media. Yeah.
So that's pretty much the report. So I don't have any fun facts, but I thought I'd finish with just a short list of musicians who got their start or had a hand from MySpace in getting their start. You said Tila Tequila. She's one. Do you know any others? I didn't realize.
Humphrey B. Bear?
The resurgence of Humphrey B. Bear.
Humphrey B. Bear, the silent children's character.
Yeah, he relaunched himself as a dirty grime rapper.
Yeah.
I stand by my answer.
I reckon I'll remember because I was pretty into the music scene at that time, so I think
Nicki
No.
Minaj.
Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
She began working as a backing singer and started putting her own music on MySpace, where it was picked up by the CEO of a New York record label who signed her.
Wow, okay, that's cool. Oh, Lily Allen, I believe.
Lily Allen got popular on MySpace, definitely.
The Wiggles.
No, not the
Wow, you're really picking the wrong era.
No, I'll get it.
Skrillex. He released his first EP for free on MySpace in 2010.
Oh yeah, Sonny Moore is that guy's name.
John Lennon.
No.
All right, close.
When Adele was still in high school in 2006, a friend posted her demo on MySpace. And soon after, someone from XL Recordings discovered the demo and offered her a recording contract, which got her started working on her debut album 19, which became a worldwide smash.
Daffy Duck.
So close.
So close. The final one I've got here wasn't Daffy Duck, but a good friend of Daffy's.
Okay, hang on. Yep. Good friend of Daffy's. All right.
The Arctic Monkeys, are they big on MySpace?
Yeah, I reckon that was around the right
They
time.
had
Great
like
clue. Friend of
huge.
Daffy Duck.
It was Avicii.
Oh, fuck you.
He originally spelt his name Avici, And you know how he spells it with 2 I's?
Yeah, but
He had to-
which
he had to-
order is it? Double ICI or ICII?
I think it's double I at the end. He had to add the second I because a single I was already taken on MySpace.
Oh.
So that's the only reason he's spelt that weird way.
Wow.
Do you know what it means? Apparently it's named after a Buddhist hell.
Oh,
Avicii.
Avicii.
but not Daffy Duck.
No,
Are
good,
you sure?
good friends of Daffy.
No, but you're sure he didn't launch his music career on
Oh,
MySpace?
I'm not sure that he didn't.
Because I remember reading that.
This list is by no means exhaustive.
It's not exhaustive.
I'm very confident.
It's exhausting. But
I'm exhausting,
Yes.
definitely. But
just like your career.
yeah, no, it doesn't work as well. That wasn't a good one. Nice try though.
It's the start of your career, though, Matt, that joke.
Stop doing finger guns.
Allow the Wiggles. It always comes back to the Wiggles.
Everything does.
Mhm.
Hey, should we go to our beds now?
Yep.
I'm already on mine. My
Go.
bum.
If only we could bring all the listeners with us.
Guys,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
crawl into our big bed. Yeah. Sound like you're going to do some directing, was it?
I just want to get all the listeners, and we'll just all pile on like a group of puppies. You know?
Oh,
Like a little group
we
of
should
puppies.
have a sleepover here.
Sleep over with 50 million puppies, because remember,
Oh yeah, we have a heap. of
that's our
listeners.
listenership.
How many people could we fit in the studio?
This one here,
Not the one at the back.
the one out the back, legally or
Yeah,
I think we can have
But you're right.
60 odd in there.
high ceilings, and we double up and maybe
Oh,
do like bunk beds on bunk beds
Are there any of them acrobats?
easily.
Yeah. Okay. Well then.
Statistically, yes.
Yeah. So we could probably
Gotta
go.
I can do a
reckon we go
cartwheel, do
shoulder
I
on
count?
shoulder. We could probably go by 3. So I reckon, maybe a couple hundred.
Fuck yeah.
Well, if you want to be
How
one of
squeezed
those...
in are we going to be?
Nah, cozy, but not
Cozy.
uncomfortable.
All right, 500.
Great.
If you want to be one of those 500 listeners, just write to us. P.O. Box, locked bag. Remember locked bag? What is locked bag?
I
What
have
was
no
that?
idea. I still don't know what a locked
Like
bag is.
on TV,
Yeah,
like at the end
locked
of like
bags.
Disney
Crow's
like
nest.
cartoons, it would be like,
There's always a crow's nest.
write to us.
Locked
Locked bag,
bag.
P.O. Box 706.
I just always assumed it was something. Yeah, but what I always
I think
am
it's
like.
like a PO box.
No, mate,
I just
yeah.
I'm like it's a locked bag. You know, that's just a secure mailbox.
Yeah.
You mean like every mail? Like
But I always imagine it in like a Hessian sack
yeah, it's a sack.
with a padlock on
It's a mail
yeah,
sack.
The
ki-
mail sack.
The kind of thing that
I have a mail sack.
an old school
It's a
magician
scrotum.
would
It's a scrotum.
be tied up in and dunked in the
A
water.
scrot. It's a scrot.
Bit of a scroll.
Yeah,
I'm
they used to get
Being
buried in
feral
scrots.
today. I'm so sorry. I'm
Hey,
also not.
You did tour Queensland and
Yeah, it's changed me.
and Victoria. So
For the better or for the worse, you be the judge. Tune in next week on Do Go On Pod. That went really loud. I'm sorry.
That was like...
That hurt so much.
All right, do you want to wrap it up? Because that really hurt.
yeah,
Sorry.
I need you to wrap this up.
Well, that brings us to the end of another tale told by Matthew Stewart. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks to our listener, Hayden Bevis.
Bevis.
Thanks,
What a
Jess.
guy. He
Yeah, no
sent in
worries.
some good suggestions.
Yeah, MySpace seemed to be...
Hats.
I hope hats comes out of the hat.
Me too.
That will be a great day for all of us. If you want to contribute to the hat, get one of your topics, something you want us to talk about, you can email us, dogoonpod@gmail.com.
I'd love you to pull out of the hat one time soon, Dave.
I
You
will.
too, Jess. You've never dipped into the hat. I do hog the hat a bit.
I will. Oh, next week. How
Do you
about
want me to
that?
bring
Next-
the hat in? I'll
well,
bring the
next-
hat in and you can dip in.
Next week I will hat.
We'll be wearing the hat.
Your turn, then I will hat. We will have hats back to back. Back to back hats.
Back-to-back
Hashtag
hats.
back to back
Back
hats.
to back.
The hat, it's getting pretty full. I could use your help.
Emptying it out.
But if you want to keep filling up, we're on Twitter @dogoonpod, facebook.com/dogoonpod, and of course myspace.com/dogoonpod. We'll probably come up with an error message,
You
but
can be in our top friends.
if you would like to create a MySpace page for us,
That'd be awesome. No,
With
don't
all-
do that.
with
But
all
no, I
the-
do.
with all the different colours,
Yeah.
what colour did you want, Jess?
Blue.
Blue.
My favourite colour.
I'm a green man.
Green.
Blue and green should never be seen, though, unfortunately.
So unless there's something in between,
Ooh,
which is Dave Warnicki's colour.
Hot pink all the way,
pink.
every
that's
time,
delicious.
every
You
single
know we
time.
have blue, green, and yellow on our logo, yet you chose
Which you
hot pink.
designed.
Yeah.
I did design that.
You fucking idiot. There's no green, actually. It's just blue and yellow, isn't it?
Blue
This
and
is
yellow.
so irrelevant.
But thanks so much for listening, guys. You can always review us on iTunes. That is cool. But until next week, I shall say a goodbye.
Bye.
Laters. Go to bed, fuckhead.